Well, hey, welcome back to the show before the show, where I check to make sure everything is squeaking. I'm your host, Patrick Marlette. How are you? Hopefully good. This is officially the start of my weekend right now. I'm excited for it. I mean, I didn't need to work on Saturday, but I decided it would be fun. So I was editing up until now. So I am excited to spend the rest of the evening just talking about non-madness Anja. There's no real gimmick here. She's not really like a madness deck. I don't know, how should we categorize her? Other Anja? I'm excited for it though. I hope you guys are too. This is despite how hard they tried to limit her, it is such an interesting legendary. So I'm very excited for it, especially in Rakdos. I like playing Rakdos and brewing for Rakdos a lot. I mean, you get all the rituals, all the fun, fast stuff that people want to do. It exists in those colors. Obviously, there's like a handful of things that exist outside of Rakdos that are also fun, but at any rate, at least for mana acceleration, right? Everyone gets the artifacts, but there's like Elvish Spirit Guide and stuff like that. There's ramp outside of those colors. I was gonna say Tinderwall, but Tinderwall is ramping you in red, so don't we wish this Anja was in Jund? Oh, she'd be so good if she was in Jund. If she was in Jund, she would just be worlds better than the other one. The sheer amount of like, the density of creature tutors would have uplifted her. You know what I mean? Anyway, enough about that. I don't want to talk about that. I hopped on 20 minutes early because I want to relax and chat with you all. So thank you for joining me early if you're here. We'll wait for some people to shuffle in. I wanted to try doing these later and later and later into the evening. I don't know, something about like a late night, at least Eastern Standard Time. It's relatively late here, it's evening. But I was thinking it'd be fun to make this like a late night show. And this way I can't get people complaining about children watching or some nonsense. Because you know what, your kids shouldn't be up that late. And if they are, why didn't you safeguard their phone? I can't help that your children are watching me this late at night. But I was thinking it'd be fun to make this like a late night kind of conversational thing. Moreover, deck tech, which it's clearly going to be. If you've ever tuned in for a cold brew, this is the 30th one. So if you're new here, we chat and build decks together. It usually takes about 2 hours. Anyway, maybe Mayhem Devil, says Jacob Schiller. Shillin' for the Mayhem Devil. I don't know why. I don't know why we would want Mayhem Devil. Obviously, when we talk about Anja, we'll get into what makes this Anja special. But we don't necessarily need Mayhem Devil. I don't think. Dual Commander PH says, cheers. Cheers to you. Cheers to you. Cheers to us. Happy weekend, everybody. Burno. I'm going to turn this so it's closer, like facing me. Dr. Burno. Hey, Pat. Glad I could actually catch your stream. Hope all is well. It is. It is well. I'm good. I'm really good. I've spent so much money over this last week. It's crazy. Trying to get like I have a full-time job now. So I'm trying to up the standard of the production in this space. So, beyond me, there's just been a lot of expenses with the company, but I think we're getting it to a spot where, there's gonna be a rhythm and a flow to everything that's gonna be really good, I think, for their programming. I'm excited for it. I really like having a budget and then also being able to shoot stuff. I'm actually shooting an event next week at a store in Manhattan. That's gonna be very fun. I'm very excited to shoot that, despite the fact that it's gonna pose some interesting challenges. But those are fun. Like, when I'm actually there doing it, it's fun. But when I'm thinking about it, I don't get thrilled. I just think about all the things that would help, like, tool-wise. Like, what can I bring? And then obviously trying to get those tools in hand. But it's Thursday, so I've got, like, a limited amount of time. Anyway, cheers to Trent. Cheers to you, good sir. Thank you for joining. I forget, in Hawaii time, this is, like, more manageable, right? I would think that later in my day is midday for you, right? Is that accurate? Is that how the sun works? Maybe I'm wrong. uh, I mean, it's pretty dark out here. It's felt like night all day. It's been storming. It was storming for like a hot minute here in New York, and then it like, you know, just turned pitch black and quiet. Gave me a perfect mood, perfect ambiance, by the way, for Arcane on Netflix, a Netflix original series based on League of Legends. Do I play League of Legends? No. I've seen the characters. I've seen people play League of Legends. Am I enjoying the show? It's good. I'm caught up. It's good. Francisco says hello. Oh, yeah, cheers. And hello, Francisco. Playing Anje without madness is pure madness. It's the purer form of madness. It's like, well, you know what? There's not gonna be a madness card in sight for this one. It is definitely pure Rakdos good stuff plus 2 combo lines that we can discuss in a second. And if you're on the live stream now, you can follow along by following the link in the description. I should probably lead with that every single video, because people ask, like, is this in there yet? I'm like, why don't you just check the deck list? I leave it in the description. It's there for you, though. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Maybe you can suggest a madness card or two that makes sense. I mean, it wouldn't be so far-fetched. Don't blood counters, like, don't they make you rummage? Not that we're trying to, it's like pay two, tap it, sacrifice it. Man, blood is like, it's really demanding. Let me look at it really quick. How can we make this card worse? Oh, it's 1 generic tap, discard a card, sacrifice artifact, take 2 shots of whiskey, and then do 10 push-ups, draw a card. That's what it is. So it's not as bad as 2 generic. You know what goes well with Anje? World Gorge Reanimation, then drain all players. You know what's interesting? What's good for the goose, right? Like the earlier Anje, same damn story. She's like all about that World Gorger Dragon juice. You know? But yeah, so is this one. She wants to just drink it. Drink it dry, the dragon. Oh my god, can you see? Yeah. She's been working on that. She's been hitting the dragon. No innuendo. Really nothing, did not mean anything like that. Just opened my box topper and got Mysterious Blood Illness. Vampire's Vengeance. Oh damn. I'm sorry. Is that not what you wanted? Wait, Vampire's Vengeance? I'll look it up. Is this like an uncommon or is this something okay? Oh god, that sucks. Oh, I know how you feel. The art is cool though. Here. That's cool, right? Damn, I feel your pain. You got like the definition of a spotlight card. This is literally just storytelling. Vampire's Vengeance deals 2 damage to each non-vampire creature. Create a blood token. I mean, it's not bad, right? 2 damage to each non-vampire. Maybe it's not good. If you made a blood token for each creature that died this way, see, but then it would be playable. And why would we do that? If you hear that, can you hear that? Can you hear that? It's my, they turned on the heat in my building, finally. Good timing, too. Let's just enjoy this together. You are correct on the time. Thank you. Yes, I don't have my sundial, but I do believe that it would be brighter for you over there. Do you think this Anje could be better than the previous one, even with the printing of Change of Fortune? I don't know how Change of Fortune helps or hinders this one. Change of Fortune. Discard your hand, then draw a card for each card you've discarded this one. What? Discard your hand, then draw a card for each card you've discarded this turn. So, I don't... What was it changed to? Are we referring to a different card? I remember that there was a card that released that had text that was like reasonable and decent, and then they're like, nah, fuck that. That is not what we meant. It's meant to be shitty. Give us 1 second. It was something else. I didn't look at the commander. I noticed that they've really been softening up the commander precon, so I didn't look at it. And I don't assume anything good came out of it because no one really talked about anything on the Discord. So that's how I gauge our audience, our viewing audience. I know they have the best in taste when it comes to cEDH. Jesus, it doesn't hiss this long normally. But when they just turn it on, it'll like do this until it begins heating. It's really fun living in an old building. Let me tell you. I get into sneezing fits at just random hours. Something in the walls, you know? Certain charm. Oh, God. It's good, but could have been better. Yeah. I'm sorry about the mysterious blood illness. That is a bummer. I feel you. It sucks when they make, especially if the uncommon isn't like a immediately playable card. Like this is very situational. Like, you got to be in a deck that cares about vampires, right? Or it's just okay. I don't know. I feel like you're probably gonna use a pyroclasm or a whip flare before you pull that one out, right? Unless you're in Florian. Florian cares. Make a Florian deck. We're talking about vampires and Rakdos today. Do Florian instead. Kind of random, but could you take a quick peek at my new primer later and give me your thought? New primer for what? Is it what I think it is? Yeah, tag me on the Brew. If you're a Patreon member and you're watching right now, feel free to tag. This doesn't mean I'm going to get to you immediately, but if you tag me on the Discord, like I'll see it. You know, I'll definitely see it. So if you want me to look at it, sure. It's trickier now, but if I have a second, I'll look at it. You just want me to look at the written primer? Are you going to add Underworld Breach line? Am I going to add Underworld Breach line? I don't know. Do we add Underworld Breach line? Do we? It's in red, isn't it? I mean, we could add Underworld Breach / grinding stations / all the other stuff that, you know, cares about that particular play line. I don't know if that's necessarily how I want to go, but you could very easily set up Underworld Breach into World Gorger Dragon into an animate spell, provided you've discarded enough during your game. And if you're using your Anje for value, then you will, and I mean with the blood tokens and such, then you will be able to like discard down and have like a decent threshold of cards in graveyard. Although it's a requirement is you have to have a vampire enter after the fact. Like she can't just attack or something useful. Enters the battlefield under your control. No, nothing useful. She's really vanilla when you look at it. Like you just want to do the thing, wham bam, thank you ma'am, instantaneously, and then she's good. But damn it, that's just sad. I don't know. Again, we'll talk about it in a second. You could add Underworld Breach. I don't know why you wouldn't add Underworld Breach. Underworld Breach is a very good card. Just because you add Underworld Breach doesn't mean you need to play for it as a main strategy. You can use it for value, much like you would a Yawgmoth's Will back in the day, but people aren't of that mindset because it's generally plan A in the decks that have it in the deck. So you kind of just strategize for it. I think we could definitely incorporate it, though. Is it cold in New York right now? I'm in Arizona. Arizona's hot 24/7, right? New York is kind of cold. I mean, right now it's 44 degrees. So, kind of cold. It's okay. I'm wearing shorts and a t-shirt around my house, and I had been until they turned the heat on. And why is this odd? Why didn't you, like, pick a better hour? Anyways, it doubles up your draw if you've discarded more cards previously. It doubles up your draw. Discard your hand, then draw a card for each card you've discarded this turn. Oh, they've changed that wording? Each card you've discarded this turn? I mean, it's a 4 CMC spell at sorcery speed. I don't know how good it's going to get. Like, you're one away from just casting Ad Nauseam. You might as well just cast Ad Nauseam, right? I could be dead wrong, but I feel like that's probably the way to go. Probably. I'd love to know the off-axis rejection. I can't wait to hear this. It's actually a really good test for me because I'm probably going to bring this as a microphone for a lot of events coming up. And, I mean, I've loved it so far. The sound quality of this guy is killer. Through this older Lumix camera, can't really say, but it sounds pretty good generally through like a proper preamp. Was more referring to how good this is in the Madness one. Oh, I guess it's good there. Yeah, that seems really good there. It doesn't seem like they've changed it on Scryfall where I'm looking at it, but I believe you. I did get 2 Sorns though, 1 full art. That's awesome. Any? Didn't they just have a new Kaya come out? Like I really like the Kaya. Love another Kaya. Cloudstone Curio for sure. Why not? Right? That sounds fun. Why not Cloudstone Curio? Cloudstone Curio, and then everyone's thinking Dockside, Anja, ETBs, Mana, Anja, blood tokens. Do it once a turn. You do it more than once a turn. We can do it more than once a turn. We'll talk about that. I'm sure all of you viewing right now, like, know the secrets. But yeah, you can do it more than once a turn. Too bad Academy Manufacturer does not include blood tokens. Says Dual Commander. I believe you. Oh, Swifter was the one with the Cloudstone Curio suggestion. That's a good one. Out of the box, +2 per pre-kits. We got 3 Dreamroot Cascades, 2 in full art non-foils, and a Grolnuk with the stamp. With the stamp. Oh. I'm going to make a Simic deck next, I think. I believe you. That was like one of the more fun legendaries from the set. More fun? Yeah. More fun. Noted also says Alchemist Gambit for Anja. Alch Gam. Oh, you mean the one that has a cleave of is it? I don't think so. You sound good. Thank you. Thank you. You sound good. You type well. Thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, I'm excited for this. I'm excited for the day. The general strategy is kind of outlined itself for us, but we're going to take a few little caveats in between too, and go over everything, have some heart-to-hearts, really flush out the strategy. You know what I mean? Tease it out. Get Anja where she wants to be, which is a dishonorable place apparently. And which of the 2 arts would you purchase? Would you get the alt or the fresh out of the pack art? I don't even know how these alts come, the ones with alternative frames. There's alts up the wazoo these days. Can we just talk about how many damned alternatives there are? It's absurd. And I'd love to see if there's actually an Anja that comes out in the double feature. Because I'm not really sold on either of these arts. If there was an art that came out that was really good, I would consider making this one. Pat, do you even buy Magic cards anymore, or do you purely proxy everything? It depends. Sometimes it's just easier to go to TCG and use the link in the description. It's easier to just organize that cart than it is to find the images and do the thing. I think Make Playing Cards and the that proxy site. Oh my god, it's not Make Playing Cards MTG. There was a site that was set up that helped automate the whole process and made it very easy. That you'd have to download a piece of software for your laptop and you'd be able to do the thing. They're no longer around last I checked, but that was the go-to way to do it. I still buy cards. It's just easier, and it's not like, I don't know. I've got so much stuff I need to trade in. So I'll either sell it singles or trade it in bulk and then just use that credit to buy whatever I need. But I still buy a ton of cards. But I'll generally reserve the purchases that I make to damaged or like the 2 lower categories of, what am I trying to say? The lesser categories of quality for any site. You know, whether it be a Channel Fireball or a TCG Player or a Card Kingdom. I'll go for like the lesser quality ones because it doesn't matter to me. The only deck I really care about getting nice quality things is Oswald, which is all decked out already, so we're done there. Oh, didn't notice the blue. Have a great stream. You're awesome. Noted. Thanks. Yeah, you came in for the show before the show. Yeah, I'm excited for this. I think it's probably time we jump into this one. Probably. I'm actually gonna have a swig of this drink and then we'll get into it. I kind of want to order a pizza after this. I'm gonna check to see if pizza delivers. You can ask me any question, any first question to come up. I will answer candidly. But I just need to see if this pizzeria I go to is gonna be open after this. Because I really want a pizza. I'm really craving a pizza right now. And I hope I plant the seed for you. Get yourself a pizza. Treat yourself to a pizza. Is it open? Yes. Yes, it is. Okay. Duly noted. Till 10. Okay. Had to get that out of the way. I was thinking it this whole time, and I'm like, I had like a yogurt parfait. It's that time of the week. I should be grocery shopping tomorrow. I'm probably gonna not grocery shop, but I want to. I should. All right, yeah, ready. I think we're ready. I'm ready. Let's do this. Welcome back to the 99, where we're focused on brewing a better competitive commander. I'm your host, Patrick Marlette, and this is Cold Brew, where I take you from start to finish and right on cue, start to finish on a brand new list. Where things could get hot in this show, though. So contrary to Cold Brew, let me tell you, when the heater's on, shit turns up. And today, we're actually looking at a very spicy new legendary. Madame Anje, Maid of Dishonor. She is of the Falconwrath clan. She is a Rakdosian queen, in my book. And she's new from Innistrad Crimson Vow. So if you pulled one, this is the right video for you. Or if you're dreaming about pulling one, this is still the video for you. Or if you're buying the single from your preferred website, although if you use the link in the description at TCG Player, you'll be helping out your boy. And I'd appreciate that. This is the video for you. Look at that. Now, before we jump into this one, the deck list that I'm going to be working on, I'm going to start streamlining these just a little bit more. It's fairly obvious. It's labeled Cold Brew, Anje Maid of Dishonor, on Tapped Out. And wouldn't you know it, it's in the link in the description. So if you want to follow along with me as we build this, that'd be awesome. And when we're done with it, you can goldfish it, I can goldfish it, and we can all collectively gather together and say, Pat, you did a good job. And I'd be really excited for that. However, the fun of these live stream sessions is that you guys have so much input on how these decks function. I'm always happy to see you guys come at me with comments and thoughts on the deck and how we can better these lists. I mean, that's the whole goal of the channel. So let's get into this one. Anje, and what? Actually, I realize I'm wearing I never wear hats, and because my hair is shorter, I can now. But a shout out to Fairy Conclave for sending me this hat. Do you notice anything about this hat? Do you notice? Yeah, these guys, really great group. They run a podcast on all of the places where podcasts are streamed, podcasteds. But I listened to them on Spotify, and they interviewed me a while back on Belby, Corrupted Observer. But they sent this hat to me. They didn't have to do that. But I just want to plug them because I was never able to wear this hat. I had it for months. It's the ad nauseum. It's like the text you see in the ad nauseum card where he's going through all the papers. It's that. I don't know what it means, but it's that. Thought I'd point it out. If you're wondering why I'm wearing a hat, that's why. I never wear hats. But I can now, so I am. And also my hair looks like crazy. We don't care about that. Do we care about that? Let's do this. Yeah, that's good. That's a good look. Yeah. Oh, love it. Again, I never wear ball caps. I don't know ball cap etiquette. Send me the video on YouTube. Anje, Maid of Dishonor. So for 2 generic Rakdos, 4 CMC total, 5/4/5 body. Legendary creature vampire. When Anje, Maid of Dishonor and or one or more other Jesus Christ. One or more other vampires enter the battlefield. There's the first issue. Under your control, create a blood token. Here's the next issue. This ability only triggers once each turn. Cool. So even if I was able to put more than, like, I had something that generated 2 vampire tokens, I only get the fucking one. I mean, the fact that this says this only triggers once per turn kind of signifies that I only get the 1 blood token. But they're like, okay, you're going to get 1. You spent 4 for this 4/5, right? That's past the vanilla test. So she's a good card. You get to do this thing once, okay? Just once. Don't worry. Well, we're going to skirt around that. Don't worry. But it's stupid. For 2 generic, sacrifice another creature. They're ticking point number fucking 3. Why? Another. But okay. Or a blood token. Oh, thank God. We're generating those, right? We're generating those. Not on attacking or any other way. When she arrives on the scene, blood arrives. Each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Okay, so 2 generic, another creature, once a turn, 1 or more. Any word they could put on this card to just fuck it up, they did. They did it good. They didn't forget about any text on this card. it's so interesting to me, like, they're really trying. They're really, really trying to hamper the effectiveness of cards so that they can't be used to combo, essentially, right? That's how I'm reading this. Like, anytime I see like these particular keywords strung up in cards, I know, we all know, like, they're conscious that people are going to try to do something crazy with this. But what they forgot about was this old ass card. I mean, there's been reprints. This old ass card called World Gorger Dragon. So there are two combos that are baked into the deck as I see it. And the first one is very much like the other Anje Falcon Wrath, right? When those commander precons came with good cards. World Gorger Dragon at 3 generic triple red, 7/7 body. Oh damn, it's even better than Anje. Flying trample, holy shit. When World Gorger Dragon comes into play, remove all other permanents you control from the game. That doesn't sound good. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? When World Gorger Dragon leaves play though, return the removed cards to play under their owner's control, right? So if it says enters the battlefield, it does the thing. If it says it enters tapped, it does that thing. Well, what's cool about this is if you've never done this, I'm going to operate under the assumption that you've never heard of this combo. With Animate Dead, for one generic, it was like brushing against my forehead. I think I'll write the script on ball cap etiquette. Give me a couple more months, okay? For one generic black, enchant aura, enchant card in your graveyard. So it has this really cool effect where it enters the battlefield, it does a thing. When it leaves the battlefield, there's a delayed trigger and it does another thing, right? I'm only going to read the leave the battlefield trigger because that's the important one. But we all know that when Animate Dead enters the battlefield, it'll target World Gorger Dragon. When World Gorger Dragon enters the battlefield, it'll exile everything. It's like, no, I'm the only one. No one else, just me. And you're like, okay, fine. When Animate Dead leaves the battlefield, however, due to that exile, that creature's controller sacrifices it. So that trigger occurs, it's sacrificed, everything returns, to include Animate Dead, and all your lands, and all your Anja, and all your King's Men, right? Queen's Men, in this instance. You make all the mana, you sack all the blood tokens, you kill all the opponents. So in regards to why not Mayhem Double, because the beauty of Anje Maid of Dishonor is the fact that she is her own outlet. It's all inclusive. You get everything. You get a little bit of value, right? Air quotes, asterisks, maybe a little bit of value. By making blood tokens, just having her enter in any other vampires, right? She's going to be the one vampire. I'm sorry. Unless there's some random changeling that is necessary. Or unless Dockside's a vampire. Let me check. Okay, no, it's not. All right. So just her, and then you have a sack outlet on it. Why is the sack outlet important? Pat, what do you need sack? Is this a Protean Hulk list? Who cares about the sack outlet? Sack. Because you're able to sacrifice other creatures. Another creature. Jesus, Anja, just fall on your own sword for once. Do something for me. Come on, Anja. You could have been good. You could have been really good. Flash, that ability, remove another. All right. Because she's able to sacrifice a creature, you can sacrifice the Dockside Extortionist. All right, you can animate it. All right, you can dance with it. Dance with a cadaver by the pale moonlight. You can necromance it. Or how about corpse dance with it? Now, fortunately, they didn't say add sorcery speed for the bottom fucking effect, because Lord knows that was going through their mind. They're like, hey guys, Merle, should we make this say sorcery speed, right? This seems like a broken card. I mean, I'm gonna get paid 2 and sacrifice the thing. Seems pretty broken. I mean, you're making the thing that you could sacrifice, right? So, gotta make it difficult. Maybe sorcery speed? Thank God they didn't. Right? Thank God Merle was like, had his fucking head screwed on, right? And he's like, no, you idiot. No. Who's gonna want to play this card? We're trying to encourage people to play Commander, our casual format, and buy packs, and play in drafts and sealeds. How are we gonna get them to stick if we make shitty-ass legendaries? So, because Merle had the hindsight and the foresight, all the sight. He's got 15-20 vision. Is that perfect sight? I don't know what perfect sight is. Merle was a genius and was like, no, fuck that. He said, let this be instant speed because Corpse Dance is instant speed. And it has buyback. So for 2 generic, 1 black, buyback of 2, it's a lot of mana, Pat. I hear you. Put the top card of your library, put the top creature card from your library into play. That creature is unaffected by summoning sickness this turn. Remove that creature from the game at the end of the turn. Wow. If you have, let's do the math, 3, is this the German way of doing it? It's been a while since I watched that one movie. 3 plus 2 for buyback, and then a 2 to start with Dockside, right? So you cast the Dockside, you make at least the 5. Oh, well, you need the 2 for Anja anyways. Merle was like, he did agree on the 2 generic. So 2 to start, if you make at least 7, because it's going to be 2 to sacrifice the Dockside Extortionist to deal damage to everyone and gain life. And then when you cast Corpse Dance, you need to pay 3 and buy back it. So that's 7. That is 7 mana. But I mean, I feel like you could do that mid-game. I feel like you could do that pretty commonly with Dockside. Make 7 mana. That's not difficult. And in doing so, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Isn't that cool? All right, lands. There's nothing really spectacular here. I hate to break it to you. I pretty much copied and pasted what we did for Flow because that's sort of the optimum. Yeah, that's right. I'm the judge. It's the optimum land base for Rakdos. Okay, don't argue me. I know. And I added in a little fun Castle Dracula because screw Urborg. Get out of here, Urborg. No, I have swamps. I play swamps, and I'm not going to give swamps. But with Castle Dracula, I can generate either black or red for Anja, generic, cool, or pay 5, create a blood token. Now hear me out. It's not just a gimmick. It's not just because I love Dracula and the lore around Dracula. Because the blood token generation could be somewhat crucial. Let's just say that for some reason, everyone wises up. Everyone. I mean everyone. And they're like, man, Thassa's Oracle's a problem. Maybe I should run Torpor Orb. Guess who's shut off? This girl. Only once a turn? No. How about not ever this turn? Because I have a Torpor Orb out. If you don't know what Torpor Orb does, whenever a creature enters the battlefield, it doesn't cause abilities to trigger, to include Anja's ability. But if we had infinite mana, well, who needs blood tokens from Anja when I can make them with my land? And remember, our lands from World Gorger Dragon come into play untapped, right? That is the main combo in my mind. Like, the World Gorger loop is that. But if anyone ever wises up, it's there for that. And if they don't, then, you know, I don't know. Castle Dracula. Do we have Gemstone Caverns in here? If it doesn't look that good to you, exile it. Or just put in whatever the hell else land you want. There are 29 lands in total with Shadow Skull Smashing. I think that's where we should begin. And now I turn to you, the viewer. If you're not watching this live, I'm sorry. But to you and the viewing audience, thoughts, questions, concerns. Do you still feel like you need Underworld Breach? Probably. But we can talk about adding it. But let me know. Are you with Merle? I already had a pizza, thanks. Swifter, get the fuck out of... What? Don't you tell me about the delicious food you're having before I just drink a glass of scotch for sustenance. Let's see here. Did pre-release last night and went 3-0. Oh, hell yes. Dreadfast Demon, such a limited bomb. Didn't get to see Anja, though. You're probably better off. Trev the Tree. Promo Edgar. Did you, like, ante for it? You're like, give me that promo Edgar if I win. And if I lose, you get a Knuckle Sammy. New Innistrad mechanic, once per turn. All right, what's this all about? On cooldown? Man, I just laid it out. I hope I put that spread out for you in time, because there's a lot of people clamoring for this food, for all this good stuff, all this blood. Once per turn on all cards. Well, we Yu-Gi-Oh now, boys. Eris Omega. Laughing my ass off. Yeah. Inglorious Bastards referenced. Nice. Thanks. Are you on Twitch? No, Hayden, I'm not. Although I'm totally, it's a thing to simulcast on Twitch. Why not? Maybe. Do you think people on Twitch want to learn how to build decks? If they do, then maybe. I know we are loving new Anja, but I'm glad old Anja got a new toy with big fat demon. Small victories, y'all. Inspired statuary. Okay. Inspired statue. I don't know if we need inspired statuary. If you guys know what it is. That's just as good as inspired statuary to me. I don't know what this is, but sure. Gang 99 gang. All right. I think that we can definitely start talking about what else is going to go in this deck. If we want to add Cloudstone to Bizzity Bounce our boy Dockside, we can. That's the thing. We can. What logic's the best, though? What makes the most sense? I don't think Cloudstone's an absolute necessity in my mind, because we're relying on a World Gorger Dragon for the most part. If we're able to get to the Underworld Breach line of play, which would be Underworld Breach and Grinding Station, with a Dockside, right? With a Dockside, or just with our artifacts, as it's been done in the past and will be done in the future forever and ever. Amen. Grinding Station is really good with fast mana. Guess what? Who would have known? Mox Diamond, crack it. Anything else in your field you don't need right now, crack it. Feel that Underworld Breach. Underworld Breach, what does that do? You get to escape any spell. Any spell. Think about it. It's good. I assume a lot of you guys. I assume that you know what's what when it comes to these cards, so I'm not going to go too in-depth there. But in my mind, I don't need Cloudstone Curio, even though I could break it with Grinding Station, because if I'm allowed to resolve Underworld Breach, if I'm allowed to do that, I feel like I've got the go-ahead for World Gorger Dragon. And because I'm playing for World Gorger Dragon anyways, I feel like it's a sideline strategy to have Corpse Dance, Dockside, Extortionist enough that the other sub-strategy for Dockside Extortionist should just be Grinding Station. And if you don't know, when Dockside enters the battlefield, it will, generate, let's just say 7, because that's the magic number for this deck. It'll generate those 7 treasures. And then with Grinding Station, right, the Underworld Breach is in our hand. We're laughing to ourselves. We're like, I got all this mana now. Grinding Station gets to untap up to 7 times, right? There's no 1 or more on it. There's no once per turn kind of bullshit. They're like, nah, 5th Dawn, let's make good cards. Let's bring people into this game with good cards. So there you go. There's a good fucking card. And it doesn't even matter. It doesn't need to be an artifact you control. It untaps itself. This thing gets off on its own gears. It's a fucking good card. Learn from this. Learn from this. But yeah, it's a really good card. So it'll get to untap 7 times, which means we can use as many treasures as we need to fuel our Underworld Breach and then go into the line of play. Again, I said I assumed a lot of you, but I did want to explain why I'm going to omit Cloudstone from this, because largely it's unnecessary. I feel like if you're in red, you have the Underworld Breach, there are better lines of play. Because, again, what is red known for other than Pyroblast and Red Elemental Blast? It's known for Gamble, being a laughable tutor in some instances, Dockside Extortionist, and Underworld Breach. So we're going to play for that. Right, which is not Cloudstone. Cloudstone's fine. You can have Cloudstone in here if you want. But we're going to do that. I hope that helps you, though. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. Underworld Breach. What did I... Grinding Station. And did I say something else? Entomb? What else did I... I'm thinking Entomb. Unmarked Grave. Is that what it's called? Unmarked Grave? Oh god, no. Now you know I use Chrome. Unmarked Grave. Yeah, it's Unmarked Grave. We want all the redundancy. And Gamble, why not? Okay, so because we've really got the core of the deck right there, I laid it out for you right off the bat. I think at this point, unlike the other Anja, where we might want to research Madness cards, there's no need. Bolt Bend, like, are there niche cards that you think would be good in this Anja? Totally. Like a Bolt Bend with this Anja, because she hits the Bolt Bend test. She's got a 4 power. Greater Booty. 4 power. This is a 1 CMC spell now, right? She's going to live just like Ralzeric. She's going to be able to redirect spells that have single targets. But she's going to be able to do that. This is great. If this was the uncommon box topper, I'd be ecstatic. I get to play with it. But yeah, so we're going to do things like that. If there's anything else you can think of that is ferocious or cares about her having 4 power that's decent, why don't we look that up first before we get to the nitty gritty? I feel like we all know generally speaking, what this deck is going to be trying to do. So we might as well look up Ferocious. Do you guys know this keyword? Is it foreign to you? It's not great. it's there, though. Ferocious, if you control a creature with 4 or greater power. Any of these good. Any of these good. And again, you really don't need this Anja until you're doing the thing. Crater Claws. Does 2 damage at a creature or player instead if you control... that was a rare? Damn, dragons. Alright, yeah, this is bad. This be bad. I bet you there's something not there. Yeah, these are all bad. Okay. Anja would be infinite mana payoff in the command zone if able to sack self. Yeah, Carl Webb. That's the fucking point. What do you... Yes. Wouldn't that be cool? It's not like we don't have payoffs like that already. I don't know. There are a bunch of 5-color fuckers that just do that. They get every single card in the card pool and are their own fucking payoff. And then the one that's Rakdos, they're like, let's limit the card that's in 2 colors. Fuck off. Sorry. This is why I want to make it after hours. Because I got a lot of feelings on this game. And I feel like they're overflowing a day. Like my blood. It's boiling. Anja's ready to drink it, but only once per turn. Don't try to drink me more than once, Anja. Don't try to drink me more than once. Because Kenrith, he's your daddy. That guy, he's your daddy. Food Chain Sliver, that's your daddy. Najila, all these people, they're your mamas and papas now. 2 colors? Fuck yourself. That's fact. That is a fact. Yeah, so it would have been cool. Anyways, please, it's just the platform that I go for live content. Oh, okay. With Hayden, you just mean with Twitch. Okay. But obviously, I'm just going with my own experience. I feel like that's true for other... Okay. What do you think is the best Rakdos on the World Gorger line? Is it this? Well, we haven't made this yet, but best Rakdos on World Gorger? I do think Anja Falconwrath has her merits. I think she can get there more quickly, if that's what you care about. But to be perfectly honest with you... Come on closer. You can come closer. You can come closer to me. Come closer to me. If you're trying to be proactive, if you're really trying to be proactive, you don't want to be on World Gorger. Don't want to be on World Gorger. Because when you mess up and someone catches you, you're screwed. You sit out. You're done. It's a 3-person game. You're idling. You're watching. It's not good. Play my Tevesh and Rograk list instead. It's not relying on World Gorger. It's relying on Underworld Breach, and it's a far greater strategy. But I will state that because we have this Anja with the power 4 or greater, I do think that could be of benefit for things like Bolt Bend and anything you might recommend for the list. Okay. Bonder's Enclave. Yeah. Yeah. There's one. Draw some cards. I don't know if we need it per se, right? But this is a 4 or greater kind of shenanigan. Yeah, I like this. Bonder's Enclave. I'm going to add it to the sideboard for now. If we find that we're lacking in a hand, then, you know, we'll go for it. And we're in 2 colors, so the benefit here is that we can kind of get away with lands that have for generic, but you don't necessarily want to do that. Should we check for some cute vampires? Check some cute vampires, like Vampires Bite? Have you seen this card? Have you seen this card? I can't believe this was printed. How scandalous is this card? I can't believe that our children are playing with these cards. Fuck the witchcraft. My son's looking at this. Is this what you mean by cute vampire cards? What do you mean by cute vampire cards? Hold on. I was confused. Yes, we can look at vampires. You mean like these cards? I remember pulling that as a kid. I'm like, hot damn. I'm like, what is... I really need to make a deck for this. I need to play this card. I don't know why, but I'm inspired to play this card. But that was just, you know, a hormonal teenager. Yeah. Okay, so vampires. Falconwrath Gorger. That's cute. It's not... Is it cute? Cute in a sense that's not playable. And then, you know, vampires started looking like this. No more sexy vampires, okay? Get those sexy vampires away from my TCG. This is cool for a 3D kind of animated image. Never seen this. I don't know how far we'll go down the cute vampire line of play. Insolent Neonate is actually a really cool... So if you... there are Necrotic Ooze combos with Insolent Neonate, so don't knock them until you try them. And this boy's ready. He's vying for your attention, if you couldn't tell, at Dracula's Council, right? This is like the brown-haired Alucard. Yeah, Insolent Neonate's dope, though. There are combos for him. Look, if there are vampires you can think of that are really, really good and worth playing, let me know. But for the most part, they're generally kind of gimmicks, unless you're playing Blood Artist, right? Like, I don't know who's on Blood Artist anymore, but if you're doing this, then, you know, the aristocrat thing. The aristocratic way to kill my opponents is evenly while gaining life. Or at least with Anje it is. But same for Blood Artist, look at that. Yeah, let me know if you see anything you want. Bloodghast, anything. Any vampires you can think of, okay? I really do think that it's time we just throw in the tutors. Not the towel, but the tutors, okay? We'll get there. Let me see here. I'm sorry. Should we? Yeah. Oh, sorry. Eris Omega. Check the cute vampires. Controversial statement. The default art from Mommy Anya has even more of a "will step on you" vibe. It is inherently more competitive, powerful. Yeah. Thank you for the floor. I yield my remaining time. Mela, thank you. Thank you for sharing that statement. I can agree with that. She does look like she would want to step on you. Is that like a prerequisite for card value? I don't know. But I feel like people got really excited for sexy vampires with the most recent Resident Evil. I haven't played that one yet, but wasn't there a sexy vampire for like 5 minutes in that game? Or at least a big one. One that would step on you. Pat, you're honestly hilarious, my dude. Thank you. I appreciate the Dr. Burn. I've had World Gorger swords, and I can agree it isn't fun afterwards, Swifter. You have no idea how bad my luck was with the previous Anya. I'd have like turn 2 setups where it's like, let's go, blah, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna win the game, World Gorger, and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna swords that. And you're like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. You're gonna pongify that? God, does everyone have an answer for this? Is the answer that practical? Generally speaking, yes. The answer is that practical for World Gorger Dragon. That's what sucks. It sucked about that card. Does Fibblethip go in the deck? 100%. What? Is that a serious question on Fibblethip? Trent says. Sounded like it. How many combos in already? So Alfredo, we've got the, I assume, Dockside combos and World Gorger Dragon combos. Alfredo, you're reading my mind, man. It's like you were watching for the past 20 minutes. You knew what was up. Alfredo, if that is your name. Yeah, I just wrote it down. Am I reading that wrong? Al, yes. All of the above. And to include Underworld Breach, because we're that kind of gal. Demonic Tutor, it's definitely a card. It definitely exists. So we're gonna do that. Let's get our tutors in here. Let's go for the most iconic one for our vampire friends. Vampiric Tutor, and close second with the Imperial Seal, right? You know, I probably should have a copy and paste link for all of these core essential cards, but I don't. So it's just a fun opportunity to get engagement. Hey, if you enjoy the content here on the 99, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I should probably do a call to action once in a while. Yeah, do that. Thanks. Conqueror's Flail. I'm gonna yield on the Conqueror's Flail. I'm gonna pass. I don't want that. No, I don't want that. Even if we had Goblin Welder. I was hoping he was reborn as a vampire in Crimson Vow. I can understand. I assume Dockside combos, yes. Yes. Simple flaw in the deck is that it could be removed on the spot. Jace with 2 E's. You are absolutely correct. And we're going to try to ward off any of those evils with things like Deflecting Swan, okay? However, we want all of our tutors. All of our tutors. Even if you don't think they're good. I want to hear it. There are certain things that are just good redundancies, right? So when you have the Underworld Breach out, Something like Unmarked Grave is good. You want the card there. Any non-legendary card. Am I missing any valued tutors? I don't think so. Diabolic Intent. And this is why I need to copy and paste for all of this. I never remember all these cards. That seems good enough, though, for now, right? Are there any new tutors? Is there a vampire-specific tutor? Is there a goblin-specific tutor we should be running? Like, do we... How desperate are we for that booty? I mean pirate booty. Like, I mean goblin extortionist booty. What did you think I mean? Vampire Bite? What? Oh, Urza's Saga. Is that a good card? Not here. Yeah, Scheming Symmetry. Scheming Symmetry is kind of cute because we can get the card with Anje's ability. With the blood. With the blood. Let's just pretend. Let's just, in this world of pretensies. Scheming Symmetry makes total sense. Let's just say that. Let's just put it out there. Let's just be honest with each other. Because we generate blood. What is it? Agoraphobic? What is the word if you have a phobia of blood? I hope you're not that. But because we generate blood, we're in a good spot. We're in a real good spot. Now, I would be more down for like an engineer or like a technician. What is the goblin that switches out enchantments? Like, I would be interested in that one because we're relying on enchantment-based strategies here, right? So I'm more interested in that than I am an engineer or a welder because who gives a shit about artifacts? Okay, did you see me scoot by Urza's Saga? Does that not tell you my feelings on artifact tutors? Okay, not interested. Moonsilver Key, though. That is an LED. Some say Moonsilver Key in the hand is an LED in the hand. So we could do that. Pyre of Heroes. Is there a 5-drop vampire that you can think of that is just down to boogie? It's like really good. Buried Alive is generally just for necrotic ooze. Don't get too excited. Demonic Bargain. Guys, how badly do we want to test Demonic Bargain? God, I wish I had polls up right now. Just say yay or nay on Demonic Bargain. Say yay or nay. I'm going to count all the yays, all the nays. We'll weigh them against one another. And guess what? The one that has more, one that's voted on more, yay or nay, we put Demonic Bargain in the list. We put it in. We put it straight in there. Because one, the art is really dope and it probably deserves to be played. But is it the best tutor I've ever seen? It's not. It's almost like running 2 World Gorger Dragons. It can be that bad. Let's see here. Wishclaw's in there. Mausoleum Secrets I'm a little iffy on because it relies on black cards being in the grave. And I don't know how many black cards we'll have in the grave. It's got to be black creatures, right? Let me look at that right quick. I mean, we passed it a second ago. Did we pass it a second ago? Am I lying to you? I try not to lie in this channel. There it is. Equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard. I'm sorry. So if it's just Entomb, World Gorger Dragon. Oh, you know, that's cute. Maybe we add Blood Pet. Maybe we add Blood Pet for a little giddy up, you know? Maybe we add the Skirk Prospector for a little giddy up. And that way we've got the creature crown up there, right? And that way when we entomb the World Gorger Dragon, we can Mausoleum Secrets. It's not a black creature, right? It's just got to be a black card. I don't know. Mausoleum Secrets. Let's try it. I like it. I like it, okay? I like the thinking here. You guys, this is a good group tonight. I can tell. I can feel it. Okay. Fire Covenant. Get out of here with the good suggestions. Stop with the good suggestions. I want bad suggestions. You gotta raise me up, right? So that when I come up with the card later, I just look like a genius. Let me get the cards. Suggest some bad ones, please. Next. Thank you. Hemophobia. Did you put Decaying Soil and Phyrexian Reclamation? Decaying Soil. This is an oldie. I wouldn't say it's a goodie, but it's an interesting one. Decaying Soil. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile a card from your graveyard. That's what we want when we're on Underworld Breach. As long as you have 7 or more cards in your graveyard, Decaying Soil has... Look, I was joking about suggesting bad cards. I'm just kidding. I've never used Decaying Soil on a list. But let me see what you're getting at. Decaying Soil has whatever a non-token creature is put into a graveyard from the battlefield. You may pay 1 to return it to understand. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Do you ever run Snoop combo? Nathan, I have never done that. I have never done that. At least that's what I tell my parents. But just between you and me, oh, I've done the Snoop. I've done the Snoop. No, I've never done the Snoop combo. Phyrexian Reclamation it's a very similar put the thing back in your hand thing, right? Well, let's see. I don't know if we need those. I'm gonna abstain. Okay, so we got a nah. Get the playmat. Yay, like a chaos. Nay, another nay for the new tutor. Oh my god, are you about to run it? Are you about to run this amazing tutor? This one right here, Demonic Bargain. How many times can they use the word demonic? Okay. And we got a yay was the, I'm sorry. So nay, nah, yay. Yeah, I'm assuming the yays are yays. I'm assuming the yays are yays. Am I reading these fucking wrong? Nay, nah, yay, nay, yay. I was reading them wrong. It's 4-3, guys. We're gonna put Demonic Bargain on the list unless you speak up now. I'm serious. I am being serious with you. I will put Demonic Bargain in a cEDH deck if you don't speak up now. Nay, exile, LED, and Underworld Breach. Oh, wait. I don't know if I got your nay. No, I got your nay. Did I get your nay? No, I didn't get your nay. Okay, I got your nay. When you are tired of your opponents removing your Woolgorger Dragon, here's a neat trick. Exile it yourself to begin with. Genius, 200 IQ, Galaxy Brain, play, Mela. All over it, Mela. Yes! Oh my god. Oh, perfect with the AC, steaming. This is a hot yay. Another yay. You can't put a vote in more than once. Okay. Demonic Bargain may exile, but if you have Mastermind's Acquisition or Karn, you can get them from exile. MTG Salt. What if you exile them and you are forced to use the Demonic Bargain to tutor for the Karn or Mastermind's Acquisition? You're like, oh, fuck. And you have to get another tutor to get the thing back from exile. Could you imagine? Could you? Would you play Karn otherwise is what I'm getting at. Demonic Bargain was one of my pulls for winning. I'd spit on it if I wasn't scared of damaging my cards. Terminate. Okay. Final parting. Nay. Another nay. One more nay. Oh my god. Another nay. Jace. Put it in, Pat. Put it in. All right. All right, guys. It's literally 7-6 right now. Made it in time for a live. Thanks for busting your ass, Pat. Love your content. Thank you, Dylan. Thank you. You guys have 1 more minute. Yay or nay on Demonic Bargain, and then we'll put it in. Or out. We don't need to put it in anywhere. Demonic Bargain is like doing a contract like Liliana instead of doing a contract like Tavril. Don't do it. True. Phyrexian Reclamation and Decaying Soil both combo with Dockside to win the game with Anje, and I feel safer than Woolgorger Dragon combo. Oh. Decaying Soil. Nay, okay. It's 2-1 technically if we're just looking at this many fingers right now. 2/1. 3-1. More than this. So, Decaying Soil. You do need to hit threshold for this one. The Phyrexian Reclamation, though, I get what you mean. I don't like this because of the prerequisite, but I do like this because it's easier, and you're absolutely right. So because you can use Anje to sacrifice the thing. So 2 generic there, a generic and a black here. If you're making treasures, who gives a damn? You pay 2 life, right? You're making 2 life when you do the thing with Anje. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. And this actually costs less than Corp Dance. So, yeah. Wait, does it? Yeah. It costs 1. It costs 1. Look at you. Look at you. Look at you with the suggestions. Hey, this is better than running Hulk. All right, so is there a better version? Did this come in foil? Let's just pretend this came in foil. We're going to do that one instead. I'm sorry, this is really important. If you know anything about this game, half of the game is the bling you use. The other half of the game is enjoying your time with friends. And then crushing them. With foil Urza's legacy cards, I'm pretty sure that set came in foil. It could be wrong. The hammer? I don't know. But we're going to put it in foil because Tapped Out lets us, okay? It doesn't matter if it exists. Is there anything else like Phyrexian Reclamation that doesn't have a threshold? I just can't wait for the threshold. I need to go fast, man. I need to go now. Like, I can't wait for things. You know, let me look at Decaying Soil again. Maybe I can wait for things. 3 CMC, whatever. I don't like the exile cards from my graveyard, but I understand that just playing it and doing it. Man, and it's only 35 cents. Okay. You're right. Stop with the good suggestions. You're making me look bad. I should have come up with these. All right. Anyway, Pat, what do you think about Fervent Mastery? I've never had a thought on Fervent Mastery, but I'll look at it. I'm sure it's great. Search your library for up to 3 cards, put them into your hand, then shuffle, then discard 3 cards at random. Damn! I don't know, just like a goblin lore. I don't know. I wouldn't do that. I would do this, maybe. I wouldn't do that. Okay. Oh, Anja, my bad. You're good. Anja sacked Dockside for 2. Alfredo touched on it right there. He touched it right on the taint. True, forgot Karn worded differently than Mastermind. And Mela, yes, Anja gives life, so it goes infinite with Phyrexian. Now I feel smart. Alfredo, man, you cracked the code, buddy. You cracked it. Does Tormented Existence work? What other cards can you think of, people? Oh my god. Torment, I need to know. If you think you're gonna leave, then you better say so. Return hand. Graveyard. Let's just look up all of the Dockside combos and see which one's best. Because maybe Alfredo's not right. Maybe he's wrong. Maybe he doesn't know everything. Or maybe he does. I don't know. I'm going to reserve this to instance. Hear me out. I'm going to make a big brain play. Instance. Enchantments. Can you just say permanence? No. Okay. Instance. Creatures. I'm lying about the instance. I lied about the instance. I'm sorry. I lied about the instance. Okay. What? What just happened? No. We don't want another window. Do you want this, guys? Do you want this? Is that what you want? No one wants that. Can I close this? Oh, God. Okay, yes. Maybe creatures was wrong, too. I just want to see if a creature does that. I don't know. I don't know these things. I haven't done this. Tortured Existence. Choose and discard a creature card. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. You gotta discard a creature card, Pat. Don't you know? God. Make better suggestions. Sacrifice Font of Return. Sure. Never gonna happen. A sacrifice, no rest for the wicked. Right, okay. Oath of the Ghouls. Did you remember that one? During each player's up... Okay. Moving on. I don't see anything. I don't see anything else. You might have just knocked that nail right on the head. Who taught you this? How did you find out? How did you know? Return target creature card from a graveyard to its owner's hand. Ha! How about that one? Any player may play this ability, but any... Whoa, God, the only set worse than Innistrad, Midnight Vow, Prophecy, Crimson Vow. Midnight Vow hasn't released yet. Do you like it? Is this a good... The ball cap etiquette guide. You can just have it float on your head. That's a thing too. I think that's it. So we've got our tutors. We've got our sub strategies with Dockside. We've got Underworld Breach because we're just basic bitches like that. We got World Gorger Dragon because we live on the edge. And now it's time for us to put in some fast mana, right? Gotta go fast. Gotta be like Sonic. Let's do, how about, hear me out, Rite of Flame. Rite of Flame is a goodie. Rite of Flame is a goodie. How about Pyretic Ritual? All right, everyone likes, I gotta spell it right. Pyretic Ritual. Jessica's Will. Ooh, Jessica's Will is good. You like Jessica's Will, don't you? Desperate Ritual. That's fun. I heard that's fun. Seething Song? No. No, don't do that. That's not, no. No, you don't want that. Dark Ritual, though. Yeah, Dark Ritual's good. Cabal Ritual? Even better. You want that shit now. Simian Spirit Guide. Let's get the monkey in here. Simian Spirit Guide. Love it. Love it. He does wine tours in Brooklyn. He's such a great guide. And it's amazing that a trained monkey could tell you everything about, you know, a Cab Sav or a Merlot that, you know, other monkeys really couldn't. Did I spell this right? Desperate Ritual? Let's just try that word again. Let's try that word one more time. I mean, I was listening to your spelling, so that's the only reason I did. Desperate Charge. Oh my God. Desperate Ritual. There we go. Any other rituals? I'm only taking rituals right now. We've got Skirk Prospector and Blood Pet. Don't look like a fool. I don't know why I made this video into that. You're all lovely people, and I'm sure you've got brilliant suggestions. So just hit me up with everything. I mean everything. Everything. Tortured Existence. Yeah, I know. I suggested that. There's a card that's mono black. I just can't remember the name. MTG Salt. Thanks. I feel Threshold is easy to hit if you run enough wheels. We're not running any wheels, but we are running Grinding Station. I don't like the wheels. Maybe Hull Breacher put a bitter taste in my mouth, and I'm understandably so for a lot of people. And I understand that Hull Breacher is no longer a thing. But even still, I don't like wheels. I don't like playing wheels. I like it when people play wheels for me. I don't like giving people draw. Because more oftentimes than not, I don't know the ratio really, but anecdotally, I feel like every time I've gone for a wheel, if it wasn't on turn one, it has always benefited someone more over anyone else. It's always like, man, I just got my dorks, and I just got some cards I really can't play. What a stupid draw. And then there's this one fucker who's like, man, I just gave me my combo and 2 counter spells. Thanks. I play blue magic. Thanks for the wheel. I don't run Wheel of Fortune because I play blue. But you? Thanks. I do have Windfall, though. And my dad gave me his Time Twister 10 years ago. So I got wheels, I guess. You're like, yeah, fuck you. Really, though. So I don't play wheels. But I'm going to assume that the threshold's going to work because other people play wheels. How about that? Well, I'm a newbie. I know really little, Alfredo. Stop with the good suggestions and saying you're a newbie. You're building yourself up too much. Okay, savant? I'm not sure. That's not what the show is about. I'm not trying to point out prodigies in the audience, okay? Quit it, Alfredo. Ogre. You're saying Treasonous Ogre like it's a good card. Because it is. I don't know about Treasonous Ogre, though. I don't know how, like, balls deep I'm going to ram, like, into that mana font. I don't know if I'm interested in doing that. It might hurt. Ragavan. Don't guess. Don't guess. You know. We all know. Ragavan. Because Ragavan works really good with calling the weak, question mark. Stop guessing, people. Just say it. Just say it. Plunge. Infernal Plunge? Say it with me now. Yes! Infernal Plunge. Yes! Rituals, baby. That's right. That's right. Love me some rituals. I probably sound like a fucking insane person. Again, the chat will come up later, I promise, if you're watching this after the fact. On demand. Right? As the kids say. Vine Witch Coven. Vine Witch Coven. It's a card. You weren't lying. It's a rare. Commander 2021. Menace. Vampire. Warlock. 3/3. Whenever you gain life, you may... Okay. Whenever you gain life, you may pay 1 black. If you do, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Oh my god. Oh god. Oh god. Is it... Oh, we could get... Oh, it's full. The card as it was intended to be seen. Do you see this? Oh, you beautiful. Who said that? Who said that? Carl? Carl Webb? Brilliant. Brilliant. I even looked up creature. I just didn't have faith. In my search, I stopped before the Vine Witch Coven. I'm not going to watch the playback. Maybe I skipped over it. But this is good. We gain life. We sacrifice. It's in the grave. We gain the life. The trigger happens. We pay the black. We've got black. Extortionist. Oh my god, you're brilliant. Maybe I will build this list. Maybe I will build this list. We're going to do the full art because we've got money. We've got money. Maybe. I got nothing right now, actually. I'm pretty broke. I love giving people cards and play wheels for that reason solely. Enjoy! Have a new hand! Yes, let me lend my brothers and sisters a hand. Oh, God. Dark Ritual. Oh, Fredo. Bro, we got Dark Ritual, bro. Bruh. Keep up. Swifter says, oh my god, that Time Twister reference was too real. Yeah, for serious. What's the guitar on the left? Was always curious. This is a Fender Telecaster with a Fender branded Bigsby tremolo arm. It is the nicest sounding guitar I own, and it is broken. So enjoy it. Yeah, this thing wiggle woggles. It weebles wobbles. It never falls down, but it dangles. There's a little, when you put the plug in to connect it to the guitar and the amps, it weebles and wobbles. But again, it doesn't fall down. It just doesn't connect. So if I'm standing and playing it and like the chord moves in such a way, it'll do exactly what I said. It'll weeble and wobble, and then I can't play it. Are you running Razaketh lines? You already run Reanimator. Alfredo, this guy, he's been playing for a week and he knows everything. No, I don't know. I don't know about Razaketh. I'm gonna say no to Razaketh. Okay, I gotta say no to one of your ideas. Otherwise, you're gonna look like a fucking genius. How many creatures are you going to run, depending on that song of the Dam, MTG Salts? With a very clever suggestion. Here's the thing. Song of the Dam. Even with our Underworld Breach strategy, it's a pretty brilliant idea. I don't know how many creatures we have. So we are not, this is all Sans fast mana, Sans interaction. But let's just see what our deck looks like. I run 7 creatures. So maybe we're in Reign of Filth territory before that. And I wouldn't even say Reign of Filth because I'm not a filthy boy. We're not trying to storm like that. We're not trying to storm dirty. Okay. We're not gonna do this. Okay. So I don't want to do that. However, we could add like a Necropotence. maybe you've heard of Necropotence. We could add this. I've heard it's a good card. There are cool versions of it, but I've always been partial to Liliana, so we're gonna run that one. We could also run Ad Nauseam. Yay or nay on Ad Nauseam? I'm gonna count the yays and nays up until 8 p.m. Yay or nay on ad nauseum, and maybe we run it. But let's go ahead and add fast mana. Let me just make sure that I've caught everything. Would you want Azure Oddsmaker to fill your graveyard and some nice draw? Doesn't the creature need to do damage, right? Yes and no. My thing is, it's like Anje doesn't have evasion or trample or anything. It's just a 4/5, which kind of blows my mind with all of the ways they've tried to hamper her. Like, they even made her pants without pockets, like that kind of shit. They're like, nah, fuck this girl. Let's not give her a hand. So, you know, I look at Azure Oddsmaker and I think to myself, well, she's an Azure Warrior, not a vampire. And she has the potential of letting me draw more cards with the caveat that the creature needs to deal combat damage. So someone can just throw their Crom in front of Anya like a dingus. But if they were really desperate on me not getting cards, right? I don't know. I'm yay or nay on ad nauseum, and then y'all can just type Azra in the chat. If I see 5 Azras from different people, then I'll add the Azra Warrior that is Azra Oddsmaker, okay? But otherwise, I'd rather add like Dark Confidant. And maybe a Dark Tutelage because I'm a filthy, dirty boy who likes Dark Tutelage. Yes. All right, CMC counts. That's a good question, and I'm not going to try to do the math. Oh, Vinewitch should work. Whoever suggested that is a genius. Thank you. Yeah, I did. Thank you. Florian Voldaren Scion. You get out of here with your Florian Voldaren Scion. You step out of here. You know I love Flo. You know I love Flo, the vampire noble. This is really good value. Flo by himself is a boss. I don't know how I feel about this art. It's not bad. It's just this one, like, look at that expression on his face. Look at that shit-eating grin. That blood-drinking grin. Sorry. He looks like, he just looks so in his element. You know, he's like, I could have put on a shirt this morning, but I didn't work out to put on shirts. I'm going to say yes to Flo. You know? Because it's just good value. Can we say it? It's just good value. Okay. Heyo, always a pleasure to catch a live stream. Matt P, it's a pleasure to have you here. Ad nauseum is used a lot. I agree. Agreed. Gonna need to know the CMC average first. Oh, fucking man. How many people want to know the CMC? Okay. Let's give them the CMC average then. Chrome Mox is delicious. I do love a Chrome Mox. Soul Ring. Soul Ring is really good. I've heard that. I don't know how much of the mana rocks we want. How many of the mana rocks do you want? Mana rocks. Okay, so if we do go the route with the thing that is ad nauseum, Mana Vault is very good, right? I feel like I'm missing some, like a Jeweled Lotus, like a Lotus Petal. Oh my god. Mox Opal? Mox Opal, anyone? Can I get a Mox Opal? Probably not. Mox Amber? Got some legendaries in there. Yeah, Mox Amber. Hear me out. You need the mana to do the thing with the girl, right? So why not? Treat yourself. Treat yourself to a Mox Amber. Let's save out and see what this deck looks like. Oh my god. Tapped out. Why have you forsaken me? J20. I don't even know. What is J21? Okay. So, we've got 10 artifacts. Damn, that's measly. That's low. That is low, bro. But we got 10 of them. All right, so the average CMC is 1.84. Let me tell you that ad nauseum, generally speaking, is good for anything 2 and under. And go 2.2, 2.4. How crazy are you? It really does. anytime you can cast Ad Nauseam and resolve it, like, you are in, like, Flynn or Flo. It's a good time for everyone. Mostly you. But for everyone else gets to enjoy watching you enjoy yourself. That little game of solitaire you'll be playing. I say yay on Ad Naus. Check. You don't have to do the math on tapped out. Just save and look at the chart. What chart? What chart? This chart? But yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Gem Caverns is in. I'd opal before amber. I wouldn't opal before amber in this instance. Like the threshold of artifacts your list should contain, in my approximation, is 18. That will yield the highest percentile for metalcraft to occur. If you give me the reason that Darkside Extortionist is going to yield the artifacts necessary for Mox Opal, I'd say, fuck you. Because Darkside Extortionist is his own fucking thing. And Mox Opal is likely unnecessary at that point, and was better off a demonic bargain. So, personally speaking, and no offense, I think that Mox Amber is gonna hit consistently when we're doing the thing, but inconsistently when we're not. And Mox Amber or Mox Opal has less of an odd to actually trigger, because like we're not using artifact lands. I say trigger to be active. We're not using artifact lands. Our legendary is not an artifact. Like, we don't have consistency with artifacts here, unless we add like the Arcane Signet and Fellwar Stone and all the fun stuff, which I don't think we're gonna do. Right? I'll add Arcane Signet. Arcane Signet, and what is the it's Rakdos Signet and something Talisman. What is the Talisman? Talisman of Indulgence. I think it's Talisman of Indulgence. Let's do that. Talisman of Indulgence. And the Fellwar Stone. Get the Felly Belly in here. Let's get that foil one. Let's really go to town, right? Let's go to town. We're gonna go. Where is it? Was there? Oh, it's from a commander set. Where's the 2016? Is it one of these? Is it this one? One of these has a foil. Let's just say it's this one. There's a foil that is outlandishly expensive. That one. You have Treasure Generation and possibly Blood Tokens, Jacob! Okay! The Treasure Generation, again, I think that seems nonsensical. But the Anja making a blood token is a thing. You know, just don't use the blood token. Just don't use it. I mean, the blood token itself is like, is it really good value? I don't think so. But it's there as an artifact. You're absolutely right. So, you know what? For you, yeah, why not? That sounds like a thing. Okay. If you're running Seeming Symmetry, are you also running Op Agent? Stop. Okay, so we're at that point in the build where we need interaction, countermeasures, dinner, pizza, pineapple pizza, maybe a couple beers. I just got a list of things I want now. So we're at that point where we want to just build up our defenses. So hit me up. What's your favorite thing? You like a Deadly Rollick? You like a Deadly Rollick? You're one of those people? Sure. Do you like Imps Mischief? I heard that one's fun. Do you like Red Elemental Blast? That's cool too. That's pretty. It's a good flavor. It's a good flavor. And we were gonna do Pyroblast as well. I just want to see. Did we? Okay. So that's fair. We didn't add Ad Nauseam, and it looks like we had enough yays in the chat to say that Ad Nauseam makes total sense. Okay. Get Fellwar, Rakdos, and Talisman. You kind of need some 2-mana colored rocks to filter your grinding station. In terms of Opal, Anja gives you at least one artifact, so I guess there's that. Yeah. The blood tokens could help with Opal. Ah, shit. Y'all are on the blood token gang. Yeah, y'all are like blood. What is that? Gang? Blood crew? Blood gang? Blood. Yet ad nauseum. Also, you skipped over Jeweled Amulet suggestion. Did I skip over it? Or did I ignore it, Swifter? Did I straight up ignore it? No, you're genius. I think that Jeweled Amulet makes sense. I like it. Chains of Mephistopheles. I sold mine. Dockside is only 1 in the 99. Kind of hard to do, I think. I think do we want Imperial Recruiter? Do we want Goblin Matron? Do we want that stuff? Please let me know. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Truly. Truly. We're going to do Toxic Deluge and Fire Covenant. Toxic is fine because Anya's a 5 booty. Like, have you seen her booty? Have you seen it? It's a 5. It's like more than enough to handle most Deluge. D-Swat's in the deck. Vandal Blast or Meltdown. So, okay. Chains of Mephistopheles is an interesting one. I don't know if I want to add Chains of Mephistopheles because it is rather... It's rather niche. But I do want to add some artifact removal because in the off chance that there is a Torpor Orb as suggested by Carl Webb, Torpor Orb crushes us. Kind of. We got Castle Dracula. So we're probably going to be fine. But a Torpor Orb would, a well-played Torpor Orb, that is, not willy-nilly, would crush us. So we'll probably want to remove that. We're not going to look to black for any of these sort of solutions. But the Meltdown suggestion I like. Vandal Blast I'm just iffy on. I really like Shattering Spree. I feel like Shattering Spree gets the least time in the sun. It's a very good card. And I think I could probably get down with Meltdown. Metal down. Middle down. Metal down, laddie. Metal down. We're going to go for a Meltdown. Dothy Voidwalker. Gotta doth that void. Gotta doth that void sometimes. Did I add the Oppo agent? I don't think I did. So Opposition Agent. I still think Opposition Agent is fine. Feed the Swarm because it has a... Ooh. Is it a vampire in the art? Is it? Is that a vampire? That looks like a core person. Core, cleric, ally, core dude. Look at that little climbing hook. That's not a vampire. Get out of here with Feed the Swarm. We don't need that. We don't want that. Is there a new art with a vampire? We don't want that. Okay, so I think we got it all, folks. We got it all. Literally, the deck is made. But we've got some gaps to fill. So let's go ahead and just take a look at the whole kit and caboodle. The whole shebang. The whole... Give me something. we just want to see what the deck is missing. So I'm still under that threshold of artifacts, I gotta say. But the Mox Apple's cool, man. We get the blood tokens, man. We get the blood tokens. Just don't crack them. Jessica's Will is kind of... I just don't even care. But we'll leave it, you know, because people like it. I do think we need more removal. Creature and artifact. Enchantment, I couldn't care less about. Deadly Rollick is fun. It's a fun time. All of these seem good to me. Any 2 for 3 is fine because our girl cost 4 and it's only 1 colored pip of each, so the 3 fulfills the cost. Yes. Okay. Doesn't Rest in Peace straight cuck this deck? Yeah, but I don't know how many people are on Rest in Peace. Yes, it does. But the issue with that is... Like the Timna Crom or whatever, like these decks that could reasonably run a Rest in Peace don't because they're also on Underworld Breach, which cucks their deck, right? So it's like, why would I step on my own cuck? Scorched Desert is in the land. Another win con with World Gorger Dragon. Just because we got the Anya down, I think I'm going to be greedy and say no. But you may add a Scorched Desert should you like. That's on you. That is on you. I want to say that we don't need the Decaying Soil. And hear me out. because the Phyrexian Reclamation and the Where's the Vampire, Coven Witch, Coven Girl, Coven Vine Witch, I think that's more than enough. I think the 2 in the redundancy zone. I could just see this being not used. I could see it just being in my hand and me thinking to myself, man, why did I listen to Alfredo? He's new to the game. What does Alfredo know that I don't know about magic? So I'm going to avoid it for now. Not that I don't like it, not that I don't like Alfredo, but because I think that we could pack in more delicious cards. We've got 7 slots, people, so really give me the most delicious spice for this World Gorger Dragon soup you can think of, so we can get this puppy off the ground and then shoot it back down, but not until that first triggered ability occurs, because we don't want to cuck ourselves by putting the other trigger on top of it. Okay. Someone says, did someone order a Meat Hook Massacre? Meat Hook Massacre. That's not how you spell the word. Meat Hook Massacre. Yes. Yes. I think it's... So, this is really cool. I don't know... This does work with World Gorger Dragon. It's expensive. People are buying this card. Wow, look at you guys. Look at you. Is it used in like, is it, okay, the Meat Hook Massacre. Based on popularity, the Meat Hook Massacre. Just another board wipe and outlet. I like this as another one. I do like this. Dragon's Rage Channeler, you, sir. Is she a vampire? Let me look at this. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, surveil. As long as there are 4 more card types among cards in your graveyard, she's a 2/2 flying, attacks each combat. Do people really like this card? Like, is she good? I've seen it cast. I don't know if it's good. I don't know. I'm a little iffy on it. What about Skirk Prospector? Skirk Prospector is in the deck, good sir. Vampire, Hexmage, Dark Depths, worth considering. I would probably avoid them. I think that it's a cute combo, but I might limit that to like a mono black as like a side option for some reason. Dragon Chandler to help you dig deeper into your deck and maybe set up your graveyard. Yes, I rejected the Cloudstone Curio earlier, so I'm gonna avoid it now. I will put in more creature tutors. Like, I want the Imperial Recruiter. I want the Dual Caster Mage. I want the Fork. I want the Reverberate. I want the Twin Flame. I want the Heat Shimmer. I added one more combo for you. Dual Caster Mage is one of my favorite combos, so we're gonna add it. We're gonna add it. Okay. You motherfucker. Anytime it does that. Anytime it does that. Okay. Okay, officially. How many cards? 100. Oh, we did it. Blood Moon. I'm good on Blood Moon. You meet some prisoners. I'd rather not. Surveil fills the graveyard fast. I bet you're right. I bet there's some truth to that statement. We're at 1.9. I'm gonna just go with this. Let's look at this, and we can consider the Dragon Rage Channeler. Having more bodies is always good. Don't get me wrong. Like, I love bodies as much as the next guy, right? That's a Diabolic Intent target. That's an Infernal Plunge. That's a Culling the Weak. I'm not saying she's weak. I'm just saying it's a potential target. I'm good with the makeup right now. We could probably use one more form of artifact removal, But in my mind, like a Reverberate and a Fork is anything. So we're good there. We also have a Heat Shimmer Twin Flame combo with Dual Caster Mage. Dual Caster Mage is doing the same thing and lets us copy someone's tutor, someone's value piece. It also just lets us Heat Shimmer a Dockside, right? It's a good strategy. I like making copies of that card. Let's do this. Let's play it. Let's see what's up. Let's see what's up, people. Do we keep this? Remember, Mox Opal is active. Once we Bleach-ridden Swamp. Hold up. Who said the Scorched Desert? Fine. Scorched Desert. Is it not? Is it? What is it? What is it? What is the land? What is this? Scorched Desert. Oh my God. I don't know how to spell. I think that's the issue. So very obviously copied from Florian was the land we just looked at. Let's do Bonder's Enclave instead of it. And where is it? I was just looking at Leech-ridden Swamp. There we go. Okay, people. Let's get back on track, okay? Let's stop dicking around. Let's play some Anje, Maid of Dishonor. Officially. Okay, so is this a good hand? And I mean to look at the top of my deck. Is this a good hand? No. I mean, generally speaking, when you have Mana Crypt in hand, it's a good hand, but not this one. If we even had one land, like for the Dark Tutelage, this would be remotely playable, but it's not. Is this a good hand? We've got one part of the Dockside combo. We've got a D-Swat. We got a Lotus Petal. We got a piece of the combo for the World Gorge Dragon. We got the 3 lands. We got the Lotus Petal. I don't think this is great, but it's keepable. I'm gonna ship it and just see if we can find a really great hand. So, and remember, Mausoleum Secrets, like, we could put the Imperial Recruiter in our grave eventually. This isn't amazing either, but it does do the trick. We get a couple of lands here. There's the Rainbow Land, a Swamp. I don't hate this because it has a relevant tutor, so I'll keep this. Okay. Draw for turn. Let us go. Let us do this. City of Brass. Jeweled Amulet. Pass. We're gonna fuel that. Let's just say it's red mana. I don't know, because we got a swamp, right? Blam. Castle Dracula, baby. Bling. Cool. Generic black Cabal Ritual, and then we'll do the Anja. Why not? I just want to get her out. We got to get that threshold for the Mox Opal, right? So we're gonna do nope, not that. We're gonna do. Not to say that this is the best course of action. I don't think it is at all. There's probably better things to do with our time, like getting a Dockside right now. But I want to do this. I'm gonna do this because we have a 4/5 beater on the field, and that's really cool, isn't it? So yeah, why not? We'll do that. Okay. Did we tutor? Did we tutor? I don't think we tutored, right? Okay. Moving on. We've got a snow-covered swamp. So, unfortunately, we've got a lot of generic mana looking at us. We don't have anything in here. We got a blood token. I kind of just want to use this for its thing, but remember, I gotta keep that threshold. I'm gonna get that Malcraft. I just want to put down the Imperial Recruiter, honestly. Now, the way to do that is just going to be this. I do think that it might behoove us to maybe go about it this way. Like this into this, and then filter some generic in there. No, I want colored. I don't know. I want to do something with the Jeweled Amulet, but screw it. We'll do this. Fine. Get this guy. We'll get a Dockside Extortioners. Everyone knows they cast their wheel now. It's fine. Whatever. They thread me with a wheel. I swing Anja at them. Cool. Done. It happened, okay? So now we're at that stage where we have the Mausoleum Secrets. So what's nice about this hand, remember what our deck looks like. We are allowed to search for a card with Mausoleum Secrets. Search your library for a black card with a converted mana cost less than or equal to the number of creatures cards in your graveyard. Well, one of the enchantment-based wins is 1 CMC. Am I mistaken? No. Phyrexian Reclamation. So, what we can do, if this is kosher with everyone and they let it happen, right? Cool. What would be really cool is if that wasn't Deadly Rollick and that was Deflecting Swat, right? But you know, you can't have it all. I really want to have it all, but we can't. So the best thing we can do right now is cast this Dockside Extortionist. Now on this turn, of all turns, I would say that we're going to generate, on turn 4, we got to be generating at least 6 treasures, right? No, I didn't do the math for Phyrexian whatever, but I'm going to say at least 6 treasures, okay? So, cast this boy, get the treasures. Let's tap here and lose a treasure. We're going to eat a Dockside Extortionist, right? And then each opponent loses 2 life. We gain 2 life. Cool. Everyone's fine with that. They don't see the win coming. Does it make more sense to go for the Phyrexian? Let's see. Do we have enough to do the thing now? If I do this, if I were to do Necromancy, hear me out. If I were to do Necromancy, I go down 3, I have 2, I pay 2 more. I go back up 6. So I'm positive 1, right? If I do that. Does that math right? Does that logic right? Is that math? Fine. Let's do it because we can. Because we can. So we're going to do that. And we go up another 6. And we go down 2. Sacrificing again. Because, I mean, I guess technically we don't need to sacrifice. We could sacrifice the Imperial Recruiter. It might have been better to sacrifice the Imperial Recruiter for something. Like some sort of countermeasure, like a dual caster mage. Doesn't matter. Sorry. I'm going to look at the chat in just a second, I promise. But we'll do the Mausoleum Secrets now. Right? After we went up 1, we're going to search our library for the Phyrexian Reclamation. Right? Are you with me? You feeling it? You feeling it? Don't have enough mana, but we're going to do it. We should have put down the Crystal Vein. Should have thought about the mana. But you get where we're going, right? Do you get where we're going? Do you see it? So basically with this, we could pay 2 life, return target creature card from our graveyard to our hand. That creature is obviously going to be Dockside Extortionist. Dockside Extortionist gets cast, makes 6 more treasures. At this point, we need precisely 2 mana here, 2 mana here, 2 mana here. So if we were making 6 treasures, that was actually enough to do the thing. And the life loss is mitigated because Anje gained us 2 life. So that's pretty cool. We were very close. My thoughts on filling this up with mana were right. Maybe playing the Crystal Vein there would have been better. But let me check in with you guys and see how you feel. Sun-Scorched Desert, thank you. We're talking fast mana. What about Mana Geyser? I'm good on the Mana Geyser. Seems way too underwhelming for cEDH. Sup 516. Get out of here. What do you know about cEDH? What do you know about cEDH? I've been playing cEDH since you were in your mother's womb. I don't know if that's true or not. It's fine. The goal of Cold Brew is to see if the deck is competent. And mind you, that was one playtest, so I can't say. I don't know. It's fine, though. It's doing what I wanted it to do. She's an outlet in the command zone. That's great. She makes blood tokens. That's okay. We're at least in good colors. Is she better than my Rograk and Tefeshlis? I wouldn't say, but she's fine. Discard Dockside with blood and tutor. And then Burhino says, we're going to do one more playthrough to see if it clicks, right? Just to see if it clicks. And if it does, we can put the seal of approval on this. That cEDH seal of approval. Didn't we just almost win on turn 4? Almost. Being a keyword. These are all poopy hands. Straight pooping. This is a little bit better though. Can you see why? You see why? I like it enough. Okay, there we go. We're gonna don't go too crazy. Don't go too crazy. We'll do this. Off turn. Guess what I'm gonna tutor for. Say it with me now. Okay. Agree, but I'm sure as you pilot, it'll be great. Oh, thanks, Sup. No, I'm sure it's dog dick. Here's the thing. You can, so if you understand your meta and you have a good grip on the game, you can make anything work. Just play what you enjoy. I do think that there could be some refinement here. This Anje is okay. They're both okay. Like there are better things to be doing, but that doesn't make her bad, right? That doesn't make her bad. We got a mana crypt. Let's roll with it. Let's roll with that crypt. Let's roll with that crypt, y'all. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. Jessica's will. Yeska's will. On turn 2, let's say that the most we get is 5 red, right? So we do 5 red. That's fair. We'll do this, right? Now, of all the things we can do at this moment, I do kind of want to go into Underworld Breach soon because Underworld Breach is pretty gas. And one thing we, I say neglected to add, but we didn't add a Lion's Eye Diamond. And it's not absolutely necessary here, right? In my mind, Lion's Eye Diamond is usually best for the discard. It's odd to say that. The mana, the color fixing is whatever in a 2-colored deck. It's not a huge deal. Discarding your hand and fueling Underworld Breach is a big deal, though. But we've got decent cards in our hand. So with 3 red, a black, and what is arguably a black right here, what else should we grab? Underworld Breach doesn't have enough in here to go off. This is the moment where you wanted Wheel of Fortune, right? This is the moment. Just this moment. But this would be the moment. So what would you do with 3 red, an Arcane Signet, and a Swamp? Hit me up. We got a Demonic Tutor, Unmarked Grave, and a City of Traders, and also just a raring to go Anje Maid of Dishonor. This deck would still be hated by everyone at my playgroup, says Swifter. Oh, shit. I wonder if Tibble Trickery is worth running. It probably is. It probably is worth running. That's not a bad idea. It's always good to have a universal counter. And I've found that seldom often they get what they wanted. Do they get what they wanted from Tibble's Trickery? Like, it usually does well. So yeah, for sure. I would definitely consider adding Tibble's Trickery. Now, personally speaking, we want draw. We really want draw, don't we? We want it. We want it bad. How bad do we want it? Not enough to use Demonic Tutor on a Dark Confidant bad. Now, unfortunately, in this scenario, like, the best thing we could do is really just put her down. In my opinion, I think that this might be the best choice, this best course of action, and make that blood token. Because I kind of just want to go for, like, an Ad Nauseam instead. And, like, I'm not going to lose life if she's on the battlefield unless there's a flyer swinging at me, like a Kess or a Crom, right? So, shuffle up. That's probably fine. Probably fine. The good bit of news is that if we don't want the City of Traders, any one of these cards, we can just discard it with a blood token, and that's cool too. Toxic Deluge, we're in a good spot. So what we can do is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Can anyone say Adnaz? So yes, we have mana for Adnaz. Should we Adnaz? Probably Adnaz. Does Adnaz make the most sense? Man, when does it ever not make sense? Never. It never doesn't make sense. Let's just jam it. Let's just jam it. Let's see if they stop it. Let's see if they're good enough to stop it. And then we'll use the City of Traders and the Swamp to do this, right? So floating a generic. We're gonna main phase Adnaz, and let's just see how much life we lost. 1 Sulphurous Spring. Let's just say we lost 4 total. Fine. From this and that. Right? Because we used this for like a generic earlier. Let's go down to 35. Let's go down to 35. I wasn't counting. You should probably count if you're going to test an Adnaz. Demonic Tutor, generic. Okay, cool. Blam, black, black, down, down. This 3 generic. Is Adnos good? Is it good? Let's pray to God. Deflecting SWAT though would have been really crucial here. Really any countermeasure, but we don't even have mana for it. Adnos is good, you say? Oh, sweet. Let's see how good this Anje can be. Let's see how good this Adnos can be. Let's do some math. So we've got 3. Shit. 3, 2. Gotta go down to 7. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Probably don't want to go that far. So, dragon turn? Wait. If we want more Bob draw effects, let's meme and play Soren the Mirthless. DT for Adnos, yeah, Dr. Burn, that was, yeah. That was the way to go. Demonic for Animate Dead. Unmarked Grave for World Gorger Dragon. No need for Nos. So here's my thing. If I fail casting Adnos, let's have a heart-to-heart. Because it was there. It was there, right? Like, we could have done that. But if I fail casting Adnos, is that better or worse than failing with World Gorger Dragon? Right? Which is better? Failing Adnos or failing World Gorger Dragon? Especially when our commander is 4 CMC. Like, failing that hurts. This is safer. And I think we win with this. Like, are we ready? I don't know. Do we win with this? I really hope so. Let's see. Okay. But that was a thing. And maybe it was the right thing. So true. Good on you. What do we have here? So we've got... Where's my mouse? Okay. Got a Chrome Mox. We didn't get that much fast mana. We cheesed it. We know what's next, okay? We know what's next. But we want this Chrome Mox to have a dual purpose. Even though like there's no fire cover, there's no dual cost spell. Really the best thing we could do right now is Dockside, obviously. But we don't have the mana sufficient to do that. All we can do is a this, and a this, and a this, and this, and this. Okay. Got Infernal Plunge, Skirk Prospector. We'll probably nix the Skirk Prospector for the Chrome Mox and Infernal Plunge Anja. I know, it sounds crazy. But we're going to go 3 red for that, right? Now, mind you, when you do an Ad Nauseam, just put your mana forward first. Like, every single time, put your mana forward first. However, even still now, always mana forward. Yes, listen to me. Listen to what I say. Do as I do. Do as I do. We're going to do this, right? We'll tap this, do this. We'll do this. Right, red, okay. Oh, you got a counterspell for me now? I don't know why you didn't counter the Adnos, you dickhead. World Gorger Dragon, eat your heart out. All right, so we've got treasures, and let's just say on turn 3, let's just be modest again. 6 treasures, right? The Seek's Treasure game. Okay, or not. Wishcall Talisman. I don't know why I put it out there. We could Calling the Weak our boy, which I think we should do. So we're going to do this, and we're going to go up 4, right, by Calling the Weak the Dockside Extortionist. Does that make the most sense? I don't know. Okay? But we've got a Veil Witch Coven. We've got Anja. We've got 4, 9, 11 mana. Let me just see if I sequenced this wrong. Give me 1 second. Because there is a lot to do, and if we have the combo now, we should go for it now. But if we have a way to... Okay, so we do... Okay, so this is still treasure mana. This is red. This is generic. So we're going to do 1 generic, 1 black from our Calling Ritual. We'll do this, Dockside. Then we'll do this. There's not enough poison counters in the world. We'll use a treasure right now. I know these cards are super small, and I'm sorry for that. We'll use a treasure right now, this, and this. right, to cast the Vine Witch Chronicles, whatever. Anje, I just want to see if we can win with this. I'm not going to try to do the math. Let's just do it. She costs 6 more to cast, right? We've got 6 treasures left. We are going to use Anje to sacrifice Dockside Extortionist. That is 2. Oh my god, did we do it? Oh my god. Turn 3. Turn 3. This is gone. Dance of the Dead's gone. Dance of the Dead. Okay. 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 Vine Witch Chronicles. Vine Witch Chronicles. Got the... It died. It died. We've got 4 treasures left. Whenever you gain life, we just gained life. Pay the 1 black. Treasure. Tap it. Tap it. Sack it. Tap it. Put that back in my hand. Bam! Cast it again. How many treasures am I getting, people? 7! Holy shit. Turn 3, baby. The power of ad nos. Now, okay, so again, you could very easily with that hand have Sculpt the World Gorger Dragon turn. But here's my thing. We would have had nothing. Nothing. It was like, it's bad. It's bad if we fail on that. Honestly, the best route you can go is the one that puts cards in your hands. And if you fail at putting cards in your hands, at least you can exile everything. Adnos, baby! Look at that. We went full circle with this video. I'm ready to order a pizza. Let's see where you guys are at. Let's see where you guys are at. Otherwise, we could easily go unmarked, send Dockside, DT for Phyrexian Reclamation, and try to stick the dock. Stick the dock. Oh, my bad, but that's like 9 mana for Reclamation cost to activate. Do we have enough for Vine Witch Loop? Carl Webb, we did! Apparently we did! Have you thought about Cloudstone Curio? Alfredo, I've thought about it. I rested my head on the fact that I don't want to add it. We don't need it. We don't need it. Who needs it? Who needs Cloudstone Curio when you have Vine Witch Coven? Again, thank you for that suggestion. Favorite card. New favorite card. 3/3 with Menace? With that ability? Girl. Girl. I'm joining the Coven. Consider me. Consider me a member. That's Anje, Maid of Dishonor. She's not bad. She did a... Okay. Is she not bad, or is Adnos not good? Is the real question. I know, honestly, she's not bad. Like, the fact that she allows us to sacrifice a thing, honestly, was what made me most excited about Anje, Maid of Dishonor. Because it allows for combos, and initially I was only thinking of Corpse Dance, because it's sort of one of the more common ones you would play with. But because of the life gain feature on her, Vine Witch Coven works, the Phyrexian Reclamation, or whatever they're called, that also works, the soil works. Everything's working for you. Everything's coming up roses. Bloody, dead, decrepit, dockside, filthy, coin, sack roses. But we like those kind of roses because it actually works to win games. That gets me ecstatic. The fact that we can play so offbeat with common cards, but with a variety of strategy. Like, we didn't shoot for Underworld Breach to do anything. We did rely on ad nauseum heavily, as everyone does, but we got to do the thing in a very fun way. I really don't mind this at all. Like, I think that this is a fine choice. I would say that at best, like the other Anje, if I'm being honest with you, it's like mostly high-powered. I usually don't leave assessments for you guys because I think, me personally, I would rather play what I'm happy playing and fuck all. Like, I feel like I'm fairly competent. I should hopefully make the right choices in the game. Obviously, luck of the draw has a huge impact on the game. Sometimes you just don't, you're not fortunate and you don't pull into what you need, right? Like the 2 tutors I had off the bat, or 3 tutors, right? Like, I had a very good start that game. But sometimes you just don't get there, and that's fine too. But provided you're playing at lists you enjoy playing, that's all that matters. So if Anje, Maid of Dishonor, like, if this is your flavor of win, like this aristocratic way of doing it with Anje sacking things, this is dope. Like, this is such a cool way to rely on Dockside too. And there are a ton, but it plays well into Rakdos's main strategy, which is seldom often seen, which is a reanimator course of action, right? Outside of, like, yes, I know that there are lists that incorporate black that use Razaketh's reanimator strategies, but even those are falling out of favor. Like, it's just not as good as running Underworld Breach. So the fact that we can do that here with a card that everyone, salivates over, with the Dockside, with the Ad Nauseam. It's just packed with good stuff. I actually really like this. So do I think this is better than Anja Falconwrath? I feel like that's the other question that'll come up. There are more usable cards in here than I would say there are with the Madness Anja, for sure. It's not really contingent on this Anja being out either, right? Like, we're playing her because we can. With the other one, it's like, it's really dependent on her being out. Like, you need the Madness cards. Like, half of your deck is Madness. Half of it's relying on her being on the battlefield. It's a tricky situation. But can she theoretically get there faster? Yeah, she can get there faster. If the there you're talking about is getting sacked while you're doing a World Gorger loop, then yeah, she can get there faster. But this one just plays good cards, and I'm always down for that. Let me tune in with you guys. See how you felt about this list. Do we have enough for the final? Yes, we did. I just drank a Rakdos shell, and clearly Pad knows his Rakdos. Cough. Rograk to Vesh. But Cloudstone Curio gets around Graveyard Hate. Alfredo, on that note, if you find that you are going against a lot of Rest in Peace, Stothy Voidwalker, Leyline of the Void, Planar Void, all of the above, someone runs fucking Samurai the Pale Curtain, then sure. Run Cloudstone Curio. I will state again that I do not believe it's a redundancy you need. I would rather run the Reanimator lines of play. I think the more common threats you'll find are things that stop, at least in my play group, is it varies. Like, no one runs the Torpor Orb effects. No one runs Hushbringer, which is like the end-all be-all, which are clearly more damning, because the things that win games, like we just saw, are things like Dockside and things like Colossus Oracle. She literally says win the game on her. So who gives a fuck about graveyards, right? And it sort of harkens back to what I was just saying about Reanimator strategies not really being a thing. Outside of someone reanimating Razaketh, like, that is its own thing. It is a good thing to do. It's still very viable. But yeah, I'm super happy with this. I think it's where it wants to be. I would certainly finagle it. There was a good suggestion, which I forgot. The Tybalt's Trickery. I think that makes sense. Otherwise, I'm happy here. I'm happy here. And I hope you are too. And as I like to deal with all of these videos, I like to thank our Patreon community for helping to support this channel. As we migrate into doing solely live streams, I love your support, guys. I am, again, like these last few months, you guys have gotten me through everything. So thank you for your continued support. You all are the best. And clearly you guys for tuning in every week to watch these. I really appreciate it. I enjoy the heck out of doing these. Honestly, these are such a breath of fresh air for me, and I'm sure they will continue to be. And I'm just so fortunate to have you guys around to make decks with. This is very, very fun. Maybe we move to Twitch, or rather have this also on Twitch. I don't know if that's something that is super relevant to you guys, but let me know. But otherwise, yeah, suggest some decks. Suggest some decks for the next Cold Brew. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. And of course, hang tight, Patreon community, for the next Brewmaster, which should be next week. And maybe some live stream gameplay. It really depends. I know people are iffy on the overhead cam gameplay. They like to bitch and moan about it, but you know what? Fuck that. I'm all in on having a good time with you guys. So, my name is Patrick Marlette. This has been Anja, Maid of Dishonor. Cold Brew. I'm going to say successful, and happy brewing, babies.